Module 3, Budgeting and Forecasting for Non-Financial Leaders. Overview Module 3 focuses on budgeting and forecasting, two critical financial management tools that allow non-financial leaders to plan, monitor, and control organizational resources effectively. Leaders frequently face the challenge of allocating limited resources, prioritizing initiatives, and predicting financial outcomes without formal financial training. This module equips you with the skills and knowledge to develop budgets, interpret forecasts, and use these tools to make informed operational and strategic decisions. 1. Introduction to Budgeting and Forecasting. Definition and importance of budgeting and forecasting for non-financial leaders. Distinction between budgeting, forecasting, and financial planning. How budgeting and forecasting support strategic decision-making and organizational alignment. Benefits of effective budgeting, resource optimization, risk management, and performance monitoring. 2. Types of budgets. Operating budgets, day-to-day operational planning, revenues, and expenses. Capital budgets, planning for long-term investments, equipment, and infrastructure. Cash budgets, managing cash inflows and outflows for liquidity. Flexible budgets, adjusting to varying levels of activity or changing conditions. Zero-based budgeting, ZBB, starting from zero and justifying all expenses. Practical examples for each type and their applications. 3. Budgeting process and best practices. Steps in developing a departmental or organizational budget. Setting realistic assumptions and targets. Aligning budgets with organizational objectives and KPIs, incorporating stakeholder input and cross-functional collaboration, monitoring budget implementation and variance analysis. 4. Forecasting fundamentals. Definition and purpose of financial forecasting. Differences between short-term and long-term forecasts. Methods of forecasting. Qualitative versus quantitative approaches. Trend analysis, regression analysis, and scenario planning. Forecasting revenue, expenses, and cash flow for informed decision-making. 5. Linking budgeting and forecasting to decision-making. Using budgets to prioritize initiatives and allocate resources efficiently. Forecasting future outcomes to guide operational and strategic decisions. Identifying risks and opportunities through financial projections. Integrating budget and forecast insights into performance management. 6. Variance analysis and corrective actions. Understanding deviations between budgeted and actual performance techniques for analyzing variances in revenue, expenses, and cash flow. Implementing corrective measures to realign with organizational objectives. Communicating findings to stakeholders for transparency and accountability. 7. Common pitfalls and challenges. Over-optimistic or unrealistic assumptions. Ignoring external market conditions and economic trends. Misalignment of budgets with organizational strategy. Poor communication and lack of stakeholder engagement. 8. Practical exercises and case studies. Creating simplified budgets for fictional departments. Developing forecasts based on historical data and market trends, analyzing budget variances, and proposing corrective actions. Case studies highlighting successful budgeting and forecasting practices by non-financial leaders.